Hello Internet, this is Stuart doing another pregnancy video for the blog, and my wife is officially at week 39. We're there in the last few days, and yeah, no baby yet, which is why I'm doing this video, obviously, but yeah, literally we're there where it could be any moment now. The due date is supposed to be next Saturday, so yeah, it's getting close. I'm excited. Just right now we're twiddling our thumbs waiting for something to happen. So most people have been asking if my wife has started to dilate yet, and as of her last doctor's visit on Wednesday, there was no dilation yet. And so yeah, we probably are not, in an immediate going to give birth situation. It's not imminent, but of course that was Wednesday, so who knows what's happening now. But my guess is that baby would probably not be born until maybe the later half of next week. Again, I know I've said this several times, but typically for the first pregnancy, it's normal to have the baby born slightly after the due date, but we'll see what happens. For all we know, baby could come right now, but obviously not right now because... Anyway, yes, could be at any moment. So for this video, I figured I would talk about several questions that I keep getting over and over. It's not that I'm tired of these questions, but they're just rather common questions that I get. And I think, they'd be good to share for the internet as to what I'm feeling about this whole experience, particularly now that we're in the end game of it all. So let me go ahead and address a few of the common questions that I have received about the big day that is soon to be upon us. Question 1. Are you nervous? No, actually, I'm not really nervous, I will admit. About the whole thing about becoming a dad and, having a miniature version of myself, or at least half version of myself. Anyway, it's not nerve-wracking, I must say. It's kind of weird. Sure, I anticipate it, I'm excited, I can feel oh boy, I wonder how it's going to be, but I'm not scared, I guess I could say. It's like trying something for the new time. Like trying a new sport, trying a new instrument, trying a new activity. It feels like that, where sure, you don't know how it's going to go down, but at the same time, you're ready to give it a shot. And I think that's where I'm at with fatherhood, where sure, I have no clue what the heck is going to happen, but, I'm ready for it. I feel ready to go for it and, learn how to be a dad, with all the complexities, with all the hardships, with all the times of joy and sorrow. I'm ready for it all, so I say, bring it on, let's just go for it. One thing I will say though is, about the birth, I'm not really nervous about the birth. I am kind of nervous for my wife, just because I don't know how the birthing experience is going to be for her. I've talked with many women about their birthing experience, and I've had, I know a few people that it ranges from, I don't really remember too much pain, it was not so bad, I could have a few kids and just be okay, not have to worry about the pain, to where few people are like, oh, after kid 1, kid 2, no, just that's it. And so I don't know how my wife is going to be, I'll be honest. She still, after all this experience, still wants at least 4 kids, so kudos to her for going through this pain and discomfort and still wanting multiple children. But I don't know how the birthing experience is going to be for her, if it's just going to be absolutely exhausting, or if it's going to be kind of one of those really hard things, but not as bad as everyone makes it out to be. So I kind of wonder how that's going to be. I'm kind of nervous for her on that front. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm not really going to be able to calm my nerves until I see her go through the birth. Speaking about that, question 2, are you going to watch the birth and or deliver the baby? Yes, I'm going to watch. Definitely going to be there. I'm going to see the whole thing. I'm going to be there with my wife every single possible second that I can. I'm going to watch the baby come out from between her legs. I know some people are really squeamish with that, particularly because of all the blood that's involved. But I'll be honest, I'm not too bad with blood. If anything that just happens naturally, watching someone bleed, because of a cut or something like that, I have no issue with it. I just don't. The only time I'm squeamish with blood is when there's like violence involved. Like if someone's bleeding like after a fight or something, then I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to. Oh. But yeah, I don't have any issue like just, with that. Of course, I'm sure everyone's like, but Stuart, there's a lot of blood. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna watch. My wife is going through 9 months of discomfort. I can go through a few hours of discomfort watching this. Okay, so I don't blame guys that feel they're too squeamish to watch. That's fine. But me personally, I feel that if my wife is there going through pain, the least I can do is be there for her and go through that pain and discomfort with her. Even if my discomfort is having to watch her bleed profusely. Hopefully it's not too much bleeding like that. But, if I have to watch all that and be slightly discomforted, it's not going to even measure up to the discomfort that my wife has gone through. So, heck yes, I'm going to watch. And personally, I think it's going to be kind of intriguing because I still can't grasp my mind around the fact that a baby is going to squeeze out from between her legs. And so I kind of... Part of it's just curiosity. I got to see how that happens. One of those, got to see to believe it, like the miracle of life, like how? But anyway, I'll get to learn all that and see it during the birth. So yeah, I'm watching. Question 3, do you feel ready to be a dad? I guess. I don't know how to answer this question usually when it's asked to me, I'll be honest. Like, I don't feel like I'm being blindsided, just knocked out of nowhere. Whoa, I'm a dad now, what? No, it's not like that. I've been trying, me and my wife have been trying to have kids for a while now, and we're happy we're there. And so I've been preparing for this moment for a long time. So I feel as ready as I can be for this birth to be a dad. I don't feel like I'm unprepared any other way. We got the crib set up, we got the baby stuff, we got the car seat installed, we've got our hospital bag ready to go, we've got everything else baby ready. I mean, I'm not going to be 100% prepared for all the shenanigans that are about to ensue, but I mean, I'm as ready as I can be. I'm ready to just throw myself to chaos, which I'm kind of a chaotic nature myself, so that works perfectly for me. But no, I don't feel unprepared in any other sort of way. I feel like I'm ready to be a dad. I'm ready to give it a shot. I'm ready to try. Like I said earlier, I'm ready to go through all the joys, the sorrows, the successes, the failures of being a dad. I'm just ready to learn. I'm ready for this stage of life. So, in terms of being prepared or ready, I can only go so far, but I'm ready to not be ready for everything, if that makes sense. It's just one of those things, you can't anticipate everything. And that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, I've come to terms with this. I feel 100% ready to accept this calling of father that has been bestowed upon me, and I'm very happy to accept it. Question 4. Any last thoughts before you accept a huge chunk of responsibility? Like, you mean leaving the single life? Like I said, I'm ready to become a dad. I'm ready to accept this calling. I'm ready to accept the responsibility of raising a little one and making sure that they make it to adulthood, like any good parent would. But I mean, I don't know. I think everyone accepts this position differently. Like I said, my wife and I have been trying for a long time, and so we're ready for this. We're up to the challenge. I know there are some dads that, that aren't 100% ready because kids came unplanned or whatever the case was. I tried to make sure that, especially as my wife and I talked about having kids, that I made sure that I personally was ready to accept the responsibility. That it wasn't just going to be okay, whatever, when it happens, it happens. No, we tried with the pure intent of, yes, we want to become parents. We're ready to accept whatever tasks are going to be required of us. So I tried to make sure that I was ready to selflessly devote time to being a dad. And yeah, I realized that's going to be a huge chunk out of personal life. I remember the other day we had friends over for dinner, and they basically right before they left, they told us, just think, we're the last people that you're going to have in your home before kids. And I just thought, wow, that's kind of, dang, that's interesting to think about. I mean, it wasn't, a good or bad realization. It was just we're at that point, that was the last time that we can basically, just me and my wife, do things the way we want. I can come home from work, we can just relax, turn on whatever TV, I can play video games, we can go out on a date, we can go out to dinner, we can go here, there, do this, that, at will. And now with a kid involved, obviously it's going to be a harder workaround. We're going to have to find a babysitter, or we're just going to have to sacrifice personal time to take care of our child. And I'm okay with that. I'm ready for that. I look forward to the responsibilities of being a parent, even if that means, I'm not going to be able to play as much video games as I want, or I'm not going to be able to go out and do XYZ activity because I got to stay home and take care of my daughter. And that's okay. Like I said, I feel like I'm ready for that. I'm ready to accept that. And I think that's the most important thing, is accepting that this is my life now. I'm a father now. I'm no longer a single bachelor enjoying the pleasures of youth. I'm no longer newlywed, just enjoying all this, the fun adventures of the newlywed life. I'm officially a dad now, and that is my life, and I get to have more adventures with that. There's going to be great joys that I will have from raising kids. There's going to be some hard times and some sorrow, sure. There's going to be lots of personal sacrifice, but I feel it's a worthwhile exchange, to go through these joys of parenthood. And I think that's probably the thing I look forward to most, is that not necessarily that we, successfully procreated and created miniature versions of ourselves, but I get to go through the joys of raising kids of my own and making sure that they're successful in life. And I'm ready for that challenge. Just like any other challenge or task you take upon yourself, I'm ready for that task to be upon me, and I'm ready to do it and see the success and joys that come from it. So, those are my thoughts of becoming a parent. It's going to be hard, sure, but I'm so ready for it. Let's do this. So those are all the common questions that I have received. Hopefully I didn't over-explain myself, but I mean, that's pretty much all my thoughts on those questions. But if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'd be more than happy to address them. In the meantime, let's sit and twiddle our thumbs together as we wait for Caitlin's arrival. Again, it could be within the next few minutes to about 2 weeks from now. We'll just have to wait and see, but I'm sure you guys will know when I post a video from either the hospital or I'll say, hey, guess what, I'm a dad now, whoop-de-doo. So, you'll find out. But if Caitlin hasn't come by next week, then I'll have another weekly update on Saturday as usual. And, we'll go from there. So, until next video, stay awesome, everyone, and I will talk with you later. Thank you for watching.